Jehan, I think honestly, he's shown that he's got good speed. You know, he can run up there with the best drivers. It always seems to come he seems to pick a part of the season to be competitive in almost. Like he's either the best driver in the first half of the season, or he just starts to make a comeback in the second half of the season way too late to be a factor. I probably would say the former for this year. May see some early form from him. I don't think he's going to win the championship. Maybe vice champion, maybe possibly. I mean, if he can't be vice champion with PREMA, at least after this is second, third year. Which one is it?
Third year, and just to be fair to Jehan as well, that they did find in 2020 a performance difference with the car.
Yes,
was it around Monza or so?
Yeah, it was around Monza, and there were discrepancies with the power for sure. But it does seem to be the way his seasons go. He sort of has good halves of years. He doesn't seem to, carry right through. But we may see something similar in the vein of what we saw with Zhou last year, in the sense that consistency may very well pay off for him. With Hauger, I don't quite have as much high hopes for him as what others may have. I don't think he's going to do a Piastri, put it that way. Maybe a race win this year, which sounds strange for PREMA, but yeah, I don't know. In my personal opinion, this PREMA lineup is a bit anemic compared to the last couple of ones that we've had, personally speaking. Nothing against Jehan, nothing against Dennis. It's just my opinion at the end of the day.
It's all relative to where they've been before rather than where they are now, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll give you the nice, easy get out there as a diplomat here. Floris anemic was the word described there. Do you agree? And I guess, do you agree with that in comparison to Piastri, Schwartzman, Schumacher, and so on?
Well, first off, I'm not an English speaker, so I don't know what edemic means.
So anemic means sort of lacking in blood, weak, basically.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I understand. It's weird because normally when you look at PREMA, they always have at least one championship contender, and sometimes even two. I don't think that's the case this year. I think, like Josh said, Hauger is going to do okay. He's definitely not going to pull a Piastri. It's underrated. That's super difficult. Like only the big ones do that. The Russells and the Leclercs and stuff. It's just too difficult. So he's going to do okay. He has a PREMA, of course. So they have an awesome team of people. Like Josh said, it's the same car, of course, but it's the prep work and it's the engineers. It's the high level of the team. And Daruvala, I don't have that many high hopes. Like you said, Jim, he had the engine deficit, I think it was. He had a problem with that. So his performance suffered a bit. He's already 23 years old. When are you going to excel? I don't think it's going to happen. He's a super decent driver, by the way. I think he can go on and like win races in WEC or something. But he's not gonna win the championship. And it feels weird to say that PREMA they're definitely not gonna win the drivers' championship this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think it's to be honest with Jehan, it's tricky with the guy because I don't think he's crap in any slides. Mm-hmm. Like he's a good driver. His problem is that Red Bull Academy. Where does he sit there? Like, because you got Yuri, you got Liam, you got Dennis. Where in that lot does he sit? And I mean, I remember, you know who I'm talking about here. That engineer, he rates Jehan highly as a racer. And, Jehan's always sort of been thereabouts in general with his teammates. He's also generally one of, if not the fastest of them. We saw at PREMA and F3 with Marcus and Bobby as his teammates. He sure as hell was haggling them. They never lost him. So like, I don't know, but at the same time, do you put him in that top sort of realm of drivers who eventually graduate to Formula One? He's in no man's land. Like, it's a very awkward space for him to be in. Really, he's not quite top level, but he is better than quite a few other drivers. So, tricky, eh? Tricky.
Yeah, and also, it's not fair to say like he's already this or that old, so he's just not good enough. But he is already 23, and it happens. Like Brendan Hartley was, I don't know how old he was when he got into Formula One, but he's in his third year. He's 23 years old. So what? Let's look at it from another standpoint. What does he have to do to warrant a seat in Formula One on merit?
Win the title. That's basically it.
Yeah, and just wipe the floor with everyone, I think.
I wouldn't say wipe the floor, because I think Marco knows what this championship's like. I think winning the championship would be enough for him. But we all know that won't happen. Not because he can't win the title. It's just that, sometimes what we want in life just doesn't happen. Like, that's the reality, I guess, of it all. And then he doesn't win the title. And then Marco's got to look at him. It's just like, okay, what do I do with you? I've got you as a vice champion. I got Liam down here in fourth in a car that probably wasn't as good as yours. So who do I hire to replace so-and-so?